Welcome back. Joining me now is junior wide receiver Chad O'Kane and junior defensive lineman John Focosi. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
So Chad, we'll start with you. Definitely a rough day for the offense. You guys really couldn't seem to find a rhythm against the Thunder, it seemed like, in that game.
Yeah, it was tough. It's always hard to win when you're dropping balls and putting them on the ground, but, we moved the ball, but we kept stopping ourselves, and that was our big problem.
We talked about the fumbles a little bit with Coach, but did you guys as players, I know there was one where Peter Sorensen caught one real close to the goal line, and it was a bang-bang play. Did you guys think that was a fumble? Because looking at the replay, it was a very close call.
Yeah, it was tough to see if he had possession, but nonetheless, the referees make the calls, and we just have to obey by those.
And John, the defense, you guys are obviously coming off a huge game against Illinois Wesleyan. What do you think was the biggest difference between that game and the Wheaton game for you guys to not able to stop the Thunder?
Well, the emotion level was a little different. The Wesleyan game, we came in, we were completely hyped up, and then the Wheaton game, we were just a little flat.
How are you guys going to try and improve on that flatness? I mean, it was a home game, usually a rivalry game. And going for that little brass bell, how are you guys going to be able to sort of change that around and come up fired up against Augustana?
Well, hopefully with this loss, we realize what we got to do, what we got to fix, what we can get better at. We realize that we still have an opportunity to keep playing football for the playoffs for some more weeks.
And one of the things that you guys hope to fix will probably be the passing defense. The Thunder were able to basically throw the ball at will. What do you think they were doing so well, or were you guys just not able to get pressure on the quarterback?
Well, they had a great offensive line, and we did struggle to get pressure on the quarterback. It is a team defense, and we made mistakes all over.
Well, the Thunder were able to rack up 380 yards through the air on Saturday, and we took a look at what made their passing game so effective in this week's What's the Word?
They kept high-lowing me on the backside, and I kept biting, so I was leaving open the curl and everything. So I was supposed to sit back, but I'd bit, come up, and they'd just drop it in behind. They're huge. We're not very tall and big, and they're like 6'5" and bigger.
Definitely will wear on you. That we pride ourselves on getting off the field on third down, and we've been doing a great job this year. And today it didn't happen for us, and it makes playing defense a lot harder when you got to be out there for 10+ plays. But we just didn't get the job done today.
So, Chad, even though the Thunder had a big day passing, you guys also had a nice day at Spencer Stanek. No interceptions again, and you guys were able to move the ball through the air pretty effectively, it seemed like.
Yeah, with our run game not going as it planned, we knew we had to throw the ball, and us as receivers knew we had to produce. And despite a couple dropped passes, I feel like we did a nice job.
And you as receivers, did you guys know on that final drive you had to get points on the board in order for you guys to have a chance at the title?
Well, Coach Jeff came up to us and let us know about the tiebreaker late in the game, and I feel like that made us, get that extra drive to put that ball in the end zone with 98 yards to go.
And being one of the juniors, how tough was it to see that little brass bell go to Wheaton?
Yeah, it was rough. As long as I've been there, we've always had it. So it's different to see them grab that off our sideline and bring it to them, so it's kind of disappointing.
John, do you think that'll give you guys a little bit of extra motivation in going up against Augustana? Knowing that you had to give away the bell, but you guys still have a chance at clinching the 7th straight CCIW title?
Yeah, it's extremely important to us that we get this 7th title. We hope we come into this next game with a lot more fire, and we should do great.
How are you guys going to try and to come in with a little more fire? I mean, it is tough to get up when you're playing on the road, especially against an Augustana team that, many people on paper would pick you guys to win. So how are you guys going to try and get fired up for this one?
Well, after a loss like that, it doesn't take much to get excited for your next game. We don't like losing. On defense, we hate the performance we just put on, and we really hope that this week we can show that we're as good as a team as everyone thought we were.
And what about this loss to the Thunder hurts a little bit more than that first opening season loss, or if it doesn't, because both of the losses were very eerily similar. You guys weren't able to control the ball and a lot of fumbles in the game. What are the similarities between that opening season loss and this one against the Thunder?
Yeah, whenever you lose the turnover margin, I mean, it's tough to win football games. But I feel like this one hurt a little bit more, being conference, and especially Wheaton, one of our big rivals. So that was rough.
And how do you guys think that you're going to be able to improve on, securing the ball? Because the weather was a factor in that first game, but it didn't seem to really be a factor in this one.
No, it really wasn't. But all week in practice so far, we've been working, for receivers catching the ball, tucking it quickly, getting it tight, and just hold on to the ball.
and defensively, John, Joey Michaels was all over the field, the captain of your defense, led the team in tackles, had an interception that he almost took to the house, and I know he wanted to. What did he mean to this team on Saturday despite the loss?
Well, it's great to have a leader like Joey. When we started getting down, Joey came over and he picked the entire defense up, and he kept us going, and he made us realize that the game wasn't over. So it's great to have a guy like that on the team.
And how are you guys going to be able to take something like this and improve off it? I mean, you obviously see where some of the weaknesses are, and maybe some of the other teams will see that on film. But as a defense, how do you guys know that this loss could actually benefit us if we do make it into the playoffs?
Well, it'll help with preparation because we know that we got to watch more film than we did for that game. We got to better understand our opponents and the coverages that we're playing. As defense, we got to better understand our fronts and what we could see from the offense.
And as an offense, what do you guys think you can take from this game? Besides, obviously, the turnovers, you guys have to improve on that. But what do you think you guys did well as an offense that you could sort of take moving forward against the Vikings?
I feel like us moving the ball when we were down, trying to chase, I mean, obviously that's not a good situation to be in, but having that experience, being down in the playoffs, there's going to be great opponents, and you're not always going to be ahead by 30, 40 points. So, I mean, just being able to chase.
Yeah, this is really only the second game for you guys where you had to chase a team. Every other win's been pretty comfortable, and you guys really weren't playing from behind much. How much different is it in the game plan when you guys are down by more?
I mean, it's a little bit different. Not much. Your approach is going to be the same, but it's just having that in the back of your head that you're going to have to score some points, knowing that the defense might not always stop that other offense.
All right, guys, well, we wish you the best of luck. Hopefully you guys can come away with the win and go Elmhurst as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
After the break, we'll be joined by North Central College Sports Information Director Clark Tuscher and take a look at other fall sports in action. Don't go away.